Teach the people the truth about Islam, the misconceptions that confuse their minds. Oh humanity, Islam is not new, it's the faith of all the prophets too. Let's work together in the path of truth and come to commenters, don't be a...
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أفضل المرسلين محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن اتبع هداه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، ثم أما بعد. We still speaking in chapter 3 about البيوع المنهي عنها بسبب الغرر. We speaking about the prohibited sales, and the reason of that sales is al-gharar. And we explained last week what is al-gharar, and we're gonna say that word in Arabic. And we said al-gharar when somebody buying something and the owner, the first owner, knows what is the problem. What is the problem with the commodity or the merchandise, and still he hide it from the buyer. He hide it from the buyer, and we say that is gharar. But if the buyer or the seller, the owner, he does not know what is in the problem with the commodity or the merchandise, we say that is jahala. So the difference between gharar is prohibited, jahala, both parties didn't know what was the problem, and we give some example with that. And today we'll just finish this chapter inshallah Rabbil Alameen before the midterm, and we stop in some kind of masail or some kind of issues regarding this before we finish the whole chapter, and that is بيع الغائب والموصوف, selling the al-ghaib. That means something invisible, something is not exist now, cannot see. Ghaib. Mawsuf, described. And a lot of us, we buy these things right now online. A lot of people, they're buying this online. You buy a lot of things, you see the picture, not the real things. You see the picture and you see the description of that commodity or merchandise. For example, the laptop, you see the brand of the laptop, and then the how many gigabyte or how many this and that, and they see the description. And is that description is the same things I'm buying or not? That is the things we buy. We deal with it right now in our present time. So this chapter or this mas'ala or this problem is being بيع الغائب والموصوف, the selling of the al-ghaib, that means the absence, and the described. Absence, but is a described. And the author said, يقول المؤلف المبيعات على نوعين, the selling merchandise or commodity in two things. He said مبيع حاضر مرئي فهذا لا خلاف في بيعه. حاضر مرئي, something is a one kind, two kinds. One kind, حاضر, that's meaning present and visible. Present and visible. Say there is no doubt among the scholars. There is no doubt among the scholars to sell this. That means there is no halal. It is halal 100%. وبيع ومبيع غائب أو متعذر الرؤية. ومبيع, some commodity, merchandise, is not visible, is not present, and or hard to see, or he said hard to see, something not there, but mawsuf is not in front of my eyes, but is described, and he said فهناك اختلاف للعلماء, there is a different regarding the opinion among the scholars regarding this. And at least this is really important because something we use in our present time. This is really something we use most of the time. A lot of things we buy online, we see the pictures, but we didn't see the physical merchandise, commodity. Okay, now he said there is a difference between the scholars regarding this issue. فقال قوم, some of the scholars, this is بيع الغائب لا يجوز بحال من الأحوال. Anything absent is not visible, not in front of my eyes, he said that is at haram period. Haram period. There is some people they say that. And he said إلا ما وصف ولم وما لم يوصف وهذا أشهر قولي الشافعي. لا ما وصف, so even if described or not described, that is prohibited according to some of the scholars and one of the opinion of Imam al-Shafi'i as well. Not the, they have two opinions. Imam al-Shafi'i says one of his opinion in the past before. So he said, again, let me repeat this. Say لا يجوز بحال من, لا يجوز, this means is not valid, is prohibited in all kind. لا ما وصف وما لم يوصف. Even describe or you don't describe is not, it is haram. Let's take an example. A horse. But there's an example is a horse. Say I have a horse in my land. You don't describe male or female, the age, racing, whatever it is, a horse. According to some scholar, that is prohibited to sell something like this. Laptop. I didn't say what kind of laptop, what kind of this. You just like I have a laptop and this is $1,000. Say according to one of the scholar, one of the opinion of Imam Shafi'i, and some of scholars they say it's prohibited to sell something like this. Why? Because not visible, not visible. And also he said, the author said, وهو المنصوص عند أصحابه عن الغائب عن الصفة لا يجوز. Is anything absent according to the scholars say anything absent is not visible, you cannot sell. وقال مالك, the new book says Malik, Imam Malik, but also in the opinion of Abu Hanifa and Ahmad, and Abu Hanifa and Ahmad also rahimahullah ta'ala, he said وقال مالك, and you add Abu Hanifa and Ahmad, وأكثر أهل المدينة, the majority of the people of Medina, or the scholars of Medina, sorry, the people, the scholars of Medina, يجوز بيع الغائب على الصفة. Give attention to this, that's what we use in our life right now. بيع الغائب, but see Malik and Abu Hanifa and Imam Ahmad rahimahullah ta'ala and some scholars in Medina al-Munawwara say it's okay to sell the invisible, something is not there, but described. And he said إذا كانت غيبة مما يؤمن أن تتغير فيه قبل القبض صفته. That is if the guarantee for sure is not going to be changed. The description as I describe, I sell the things. There's not going to be a change at all. Alright? So according to Imam Malik and Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Ahmad and some of the scholars of Medina al-Munawwara rahimahullah ta'ala, he said it's okay to sell something invisible, something is not there, but described. إذا كانت غيبته مما يؤمن أن تتغير. Say you are sure the description is not going to be changed before you take it. You receive it. Now, Abu Hanifa قال أبو حنيفة يجوز بيع العين الغائبة من غير الصفة. الإمام أبو حنيفة رحمه الله, as he says in the book, he says it's okay to sell something is not visible but described. Please give me your attention to this. ثم له إذا رآها الخيار فإذا شاء أنفذ البيع وإن شاء رده. He said, Imam Abu Hanifa said, it's okay to sell something invisible, something not here, and when you receive it, you have the choice. You have the choice to accept it or reject it. And this is good idea, you know, something is not the same. But here you describe. Now the point is you accept that. Please give me your attention to this. You give the transactions. I describe this laptop 100%, and now you received it. It is the same description, and you accept the sale from the first place. You accept the sale in the first place. Now when you receive it, it's the same thing, no change. No change. Then Imam Abu Hanifa said, فإن شاء أنفذ البيع وإن شاء رد. If you want to accept it, it's okay. If you want to reject it, it's okay. You have the choice. You have the choice. And I want you to think with me, because we're going to go some other opinion and see which one really we can apply in our present time right now. Which one we can apply in our present time right now. And he said, وَكَذَلِكَ الْمَبِيعَ. So we speak still about Imam Abu Hanifa, by the way. Speaking still about Imam Abu Hanifa. وكذلك المبيع على الصفة من شرطه عندهم خيار الرؤية وإن جاء على الصفة. وإن جاء على الصفة. It is the opinion of Imam Abu Hanifa. He said شرط, the conditions of Imam Abu Hanifa, is the رؤية, or the visual, to see it, is a choice. Is what? A choice. إن جاء على الصفة is the meaning, if you receive the merchandise as exactly the same thing. Exactly the same. وعند مالك, now الإمام مالك رحمه الله تعالى, إذا جاء على الصفة فهو لازم. According to الإمام مالك رحمه الله تعالى, if you receive it according to the description, exactly the same, it's must. Is must to accept it. You must to accept it because you accept it from the first place. Imam Abu Hanifa said, you have the choice. Imam Malik say, no, you must accept it. You must accept it. وعند الشافعي, Imam الشافعي رحمه الله تعالى says, لا ينعقد البيع أصلا في الموضوعين. According to Imam Shafi'i, there's another opinion here, or the first opinion of Imam Shafi'i. He said, you cannot, this kind of sales is not accepted anyway. Why? Because the shart of Imam Abu Hanifa to see the things in front of your eyes, to accept the contract. وقد قيل في المذهب, still we speaking about Imam Malik also, say وقد قيل في المذهب يجوز بيع الغائب من غير صفة على شرط الخيار خيار الرؤية. He said the Imam, another opinion here. Now come on, another opinion for Imam Malik rahimahullah ta'ala. He said وقد قيل, that means one of the opinion of Imam Malik, يجوز بيع الغائب, it's okay to sell something absent, something not front of you, invisible, without description, but in a condition of to see it. The condition is to see it. All right. And he report this in المدونة, the book الفقه of Imam Malik rahimahullah ta'ala. All right. Now, سبب الخلاف, the reason of disagreement among the scholars regarding this issue, هو نقصان العلم المتعلق بالصفة عن العلم المتعلق بالحس، وهو جهل مؤثر في بيع الشيء فيكون من الغرر الكثير. Again, سبب الخلاف, the reason of disagreement among the scholars, is the lack of knowledge of description. Lack of knowledge of description. And it's not only to see it, is you have to touch it. Remember the mulamasa is? Mulamasa, you have to touch it. That is part of the gharar. Become like a gharar. If you didn't see it, you didn't touch it. All right. Of course, we will speak in maybe today or maybe next time. Even the gharar, especially now in the present time, they really use this kind of theory among the scholars, is the gharar, or it will be big gharar or something huge or something minor. Something small is not going to affect. Please, again, let me repeat myself. The gharar is huge, will be affect the person, or something minor. A lot of people in our present time, by the way, they speak, and we're going to speak about this in more details, inshallah, maybe after 2-3 classes. We'll speak about this. Say a lot of people, they take the minor gharar, is not going to affect the buyer. It's not going to affect the buyer. It's okay to use. And some people, they says no, the gharar in general, completely 100% is haram. But we will speak about it because the riba, for example, some scholars in our present time, and we're going to speak about this inshallah Rabbil Alameen, some scholars, they says in the present time, I said, and in that time too, in that time. If minor